Time for this week's hot topic, and it's one we're winging it, literally. We only thought of it a minute ago. And that's The Chats, a band from the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, I think it is, and they've got a song called Smoko, which is... I don't know if the actual song itself has been picked up by Triple M, but they got to play on Friday morning
Live
as we
at
filmed
Eddie's
this.
desk thing,
Live at Eddie's desk thing.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. There's an Instagram post of Eddie actually trying to rock out. It's kind of like a half spastic Sharpie dance that he's doing while he's... And then I love Eddie McGuire. He's the president of my football club, but yeah, not a good look.
I'm glad he was getting into it. Come on.
Oh, it's a good thing, actually. Yeah. But we're sitting here discussing the merit of that being picked up and played on Triple M, as well as things like that Greta Van Fleet. Is that what it's
Greta
called?
Van Fleet.
And I don't know who it's by, but there's a cover of the song Zombie, which is all well and good. That's money for the kids and stuff, but I don't know about all this. We've been discussing this. What do you think?
The Chats is a really interesting one.
Yep.
Because I saw it for the first time. We were watching Rage one night and I saw it and sort of called Diane and we were having a bit of a laugh. And going, this is great. Yeah, because even the gear they're wearing, it's got like the surf rescue thing in the video. And like a week later it went viral, it exploded. Yeah. So I don't know if that, when I saw it on Rage, was sort of the first time it entered public domain or not.
Okay.
So from there, for it to go viral and then Triple M to pick it up, I'm like, okay, I'm perfectly accepting of that.
The internet
sequence
works.
of events,
yeah.
Because they did something clever. Are they the best band in Australia? No. Are they even close? No. But they've written a song that's got gimmick.
Yeah.
It's catchy. It's funny.
All the things you need.
Yeah, done in the broad Australian accent. And I actually watched the Live at Eddie's Desk thing because I was curious, because can they play? Because the recording of it is raw as buggery.
Yeah.
It's really raw to the point where the drums sound sloppy.
Okay, I haven't even heard that.
Haven't you heard? Yeah. No. And when they actually played it, Eddie says it was actually better than the recorded version. So
I was sitting there listening to it on the radio at work, day job, and I'm sitting there going, this doesn't sound very good.
No, it's not. And it's not, but it's sort of great in the same way like the Sex Pistols were great.
And it's the attitude of it.
It is, and it's raw and it's brutal, and it was funny. So, and it's going to have broad appeal. Triple M's audience, absolutely.
Perfect.
It's like when they played that bloody, what was his name? Franklin did the Yobbo song years ago.
Yeah. I'm a bloke on my Yobbo. My best friend is
and
Robbo.
so it's going to have appeal. Is it going to have legs? And are we going to be singing it in a decade?
No,
I highly doubt it.
It won't even make one of those fresh hits list things like those CDs that used to kick around. It won't even make one of those.
But they found a way in, and they did it in my opinion the purest way possible. They've done something independently that's caught on online, and away she goes. So to me, I think, good luck to you, lads. Well done.
Yep. All right. Well, good for them. I'm not knocking them. I don't mean to knock them at all, actually. Go for it. If they've got a song and it resonates, then by all means, fucking milk that for all you can. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Does the song appeal to me personally? No. But
get a giggle there?
Maybe by the first chorus, not the second one, though.
Yeah, all right.
Because then it started to become obnoxious, and that's what punk's supposed to do, and that's all well and good. It's just not my thing, which is, I think we've discussed that in the past. I'm not really big on the punk side of things,
and I like it. So that
well, and that'll be an interesting one later on for a Pennywise review coming up. But I don't know if it's this week or next week, but we've got it coming up. But I think the overarching thing for me that we were discussing before is not so much about this one song or Greta Van Fleet or whatever else. It's about Triple M kind of missing the mark as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, well, there's no argument with that.
We know they missed the mark. We've torn them to bits on the show before. I'm trying to take a less combative approach. Maybe I'm getting a bit softer these days, but they're a business, and I get the business side of it, and they have to make money and all those things, and I've got no problem with that. Triple J I actually have more of a problem with than Triple M these days, because they have a mandate and government funding to play anything and everything, and they play a big chunk of nothing that's missing. But I think that while it's cool that Triple M picked that up and they're trying to put the new rock, what they call new rock anyway, into things like the Greta Van Fleet and the cover of the song Zombie from the Cranberries and all that sort of stuff, I really, really wish that they would take a chance on... This is going to sound really arrogant, and I apologise for the fans, but I actually wish they'd take a chance on good new music.
Yeah.
There are bands like Massive, Tequila Mockingbird, that we've pumped the fuck out of on this show before, and that's not because they're giving us anything, it's because we love the music and what they do to bits. And I would just love to see they're top quality production, top quality songs. Like, there's nothing wrong with any of these pieces of music. And if it's not those bands, then find other ones that are of comparable quality. Like, Eddie, if you ever watch this, give me 20 minutes of your time and I'll open you up to a whole new fucking world. I swear. Put some of these bands on your desk. Put some of these bands into your daytime radio rotation, your breakfast and your drive home time as well. Just give them a shot. Just even if you played one band once a day for a week kind of thing, to give the audience some time to expose it. Even include those ones in your, like, because you're a member of the Triple M, whatever it is now. I don't know if it's a music journal anymore, but you're
that thing. Yeah.
Because you told me before you're a member of that. Now, if you're getting those emails, because I'm assuming it sends you a link or something to check out the music.
Yeah, it's a survey thing. So it's a music survey. So you go through and then you've got to rate.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're rating the same songs every fucking week.
But even if they took a bunch of the artists we talk about and include those in those surveys, and genuinely, if they come out on top, start spinning them. They actually use the survey for what it's for, and not cherry pick. If they did all those steps, then I reckon Triple M, instead of competing with Gold 104 like it is now, and this is going a bit differently to the original topic, that's what it's inspired me to think of, then they could go down as being the radio station that breaks new Australian rock music to the world.
They're fully aware of that. I've told you I went in for that focus group, and it was another point I made to her. I said, you've got a really powerful tool there and something that's really interesting in that music jury survey. You don't use it to its full potential. There's no point asking people if they like bloody Everlong by the Foo Fighters anymore. If you haven't figured that out by now...
You're not good at your job.
Seriously. But that still comes up on these surveys.
I should sign up just for the fun of it, I reckon.
You should, because their argument was they start to use these things as a guide. That as these songs are waning in interest, or what this song rated compared to that one, and I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing, but that's not really being a focus group for music. That's being
market
data collection for fucking Google, so with something like, back to the topic with the chats coming through, here's hoping it breaks them. They go on Triple M and they start doing something with it. Highly bloody unlikely, because they had Corey Taylor come in there, do a great version, and I haven't heard Stone Sour played on Triple M for fucking months.
I've heard they play one song.
One song I find great, maybe, but so, and that's with someone of that calibre coming in. So will it go anywhere for these guys? Probably not, but I hope it does, and fair play to them.
Oh well, and back to the chats, like the original topic is supposed to be about. Then, like, it's not about. I don't want to demean or dismiss them. If it's not my thing, it's not my thing. That's fine. But there's plenty of people out there that are enjoying it clearly because it's going well. Yeah. And I just hope that, like you were saying, that actually opens the eyes of the executives a little bit and just says, because what Zappa said about the executives of labels, when it was the old people that didn't give a shit, you have more of a chance than those that think they know better. Yeah,
that's it. And this is what these places run by now. The trendy people that think they know what everyone wants.
Yeah.
And so anything slightly outside the square doesn't get a look in.
Yeah, and that's where we have a massive void in mainstream media communication, because we're the only television show doing this, and we're on community TV, and that's great. Like, I'm not complaining. And we have our online radio station. There's plenty of online radio stations out there as well. We have Spotify lists and all those things, but radio is still an extremely powerful medium.
Yeah,
it's probably more powerful than television is these days. And so, on that basis alone, when it comes to what Triple M's legacy could be down the line, if the chats can break through and hopefully open the door for other artists to at least get a shot. I mean, imagine talking to someone like Massive, like To Kill a Mockingbird, like Dead Sea Ruins, and all those guys to hear their stories as well, what they've done to get to where they are just to this point. Because you're going to get the interview after with the chats was I laughed at that. That was funny because it was one word answers to not very hard questions, and
so they weren't media trained.
No, they weren't media trained, and that's it was because it was authentic and just raw in the moment. It was endearing and funny. So I actually appreciated that side of them more on that background. So give a band on a Friday morning. Yeah. Every Friday morning, just do that for the sheer fun of it as you wrap up the show. Like, that would be better for me than spending a half hour talking to Vance Joy and playing his latest song, which is not rock, for starters. But I know that Triple M has got Australia's widest rock music. That's what their slogan is now. Mind you, your widest rock music does not incorporate new Australian rock bands.
No.
And that shits me to tears. And that's why I'm trying to take a less combative approach, but this is what I think they should do because they have the platform and the power to utilise it. And if they could go down as being the station that instead of breaking Coldplay, they go down as breaking Massive to the world and start feeding the new... Like, everyone talks about Soundwave failing, and that could be a big big fix to that side of things.
And they claim about being all about Melbourne too. That's the one thing I threw back in their face. Like, you're all about Melbourne, but you know Melbourne bands at chat. Be proud of your Melbourne bands and bloody spruik them.
Yeah.
I'm proud of them. They're bloody incredible.
Some of the best in the world. And that's what... we've been doing this since 2011. We haven't run out of stuff to talk about yet, clearly.
There's plenty coming.
Yeah, there's so much more. Like, this is a huge year so far. We're not even halfway through yet. But we'll wrap it up. I think we've gone for a while. But just as a general idea, give us your thoughts on the chats or what we've discussed in the hot topic as well. So we look forward to your feedback either on social media or on the YouTube comments or whatever you want to do with us. So let us know what you think.